Hey everyone, welcome. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here for this explainer because today we are going on a really fascinating deep dive into something that affects pretty much all of us. We're looking at the Silver Kitchen, anti-inflammatory nutrition for aging bodies. Get ready because we're going to explore exactly how we can fight back against those common aging ailments right from the comfort of our very own kitchens. The food we eat is incredibly powerful, and I promise you, by the end of this, you'll be looking at your pantry in a whole new way.
You know that feeling when your joints just feel way stiffer than they used to? Maybe your knees ache the second you stand up, or your hands feel super tight in the morning? Or maybe you're just constantly tired, even after a full, solid night's sleep. So many of us kind of just accept this, right? We assume these daily struggles are just, well, an inevitable part of getting older. But I am here to tell you, while aging for sure brings natural changes, this constant pain, swelling, and fatigue, it's not a life sentence. We are going to unmask the real, hidden culprit behind how you're feeling right now.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap for today's explainer. First, we'll uncover the hidden aging culprit. Second, we'll count down the top anti-inflammatory foods. Third, we'll look at foods that fuel inflammation. And finally, we'll wrap up with your new daily habits.
All right, let's jump straight into section 1, the hidden aging culprit.
So, before we get into the actual foods, we need to quickly establish what is actually causing all these frustrating aches inside our bodies. And for a lot of us, the true culprit is chronic inflammation. Now, acute inflammation is totally normal. You get a paper cut, it swells up a bit, it heals. But chronic inflammation is a whole different beast. This is when your body allows inflammation to just build up over time. It just sits there, quietly worsening your pain, causing swelling, and totally draining your energy. But here's the absolute most important takeaway. This is highly manageable. You actually have the power to control it. To really figure out how to fight this, we've got to talk about something called oxidative stress. This is a massive driver of chronic inflammation, and it literally damages your cells. Imagine oxidative stress like rust slowly building up on a bicycle that you left out in the rain. To stop that rust, to defend ourselves, we need the right tools. And that's exactly why the colorful, antioxidant-rich foods we are about to discuss are so absolutely crucial. They are your cellular defense system.
Which brings us to section 2, the top anti-inflammatory foods. Let's get right into our top 8 countdown. Starting our countdown strong at number 8, we have fatty fish. We're talking salmon, sardines, trout, and mackerel. These guys are absolutely packed with omega-3 fatty acids, which actively help your body cool down inflammation rather than letting it build up. Omega-3s are amazing for your heart, your brain, and crucial joint comfort. Plus, they give you excellent high-quality protein, which is vital since muscle loss naturally speeds up after 60. And hey, if fresh fish is just a bit too expensive right now, no worries. Canned salmon or sardines are fantastic, super affordable alternatives. Just remember, bake, grill, or steam your fish instead of deep frying it.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is just how simple this next swap is. Coming in at number 7, we've got berries. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, these little guys are absolutely loaded with antioxidants. And remember that rust we talked about? These antioxidants are exactly what you need to fight off that oxidative stress. Plus, berries are packed with fiber, which feeds the good bacteria in your gut. So try this. Swap out that post-dinner cookie for a bowl of fresh or even frozen berries mixed right into some plain yogurt. It's sweet, it's satisfying, and it's so much better for your cells.
Moving right along to number 6, leafy green vegetables. Spinach, kale, broccoli, Swiss chard. These are literal nutritional powerhouses. They're rich in vitamins A, C, E, and K, and they give you crucial fiber and magnesium, which a lot of older adults actually don't get enough of. I mean, just picture tossing a handful of fresh, dark spinach into a familiar, warm bowl of soup, or serving up a quick side of steamed broccoli. Adding just one serving of these greens a day gives you plant compounds that massively support your immune system, your heart, and your bones. At number 5, we're looking at a classic pantry staple, extra virgin olive oil. Not all fats are bad, and making this comparison is super important. Extra virgin olive oil has natural compounds that literally act like mild pain-relieving medications. Swapping out butter or highly processed cooking oils for olive oil is a huge reason why the Mediterranean diet is linked to healthy aging. You can drizzle it on veggies, use it for light cooking, it's great. But just a quick reminder here, it is pretty calorie-dense, so moderation is key.
Number 4 brings us to nuts. Almonds, walnuts, pistachios, pecans. Walnuts in particular offer incredible plant-based omega-3s. Just a small handful of nuts a day is such an easy, satisfying habit that really supports both your heart and your brain. Plus, it totally reduces that mid-afternoon hunger. They are packed with healthy fats, protein, and antioxidants. One quick tip though, Always try to grab the unsalted varieties, especially if you're keeping an eye on your blood pressure.
Down to number 3, beans and lentils. Chickpeas, black beans, kidney beans. These are superstars for healthy aging because they're high in plant protein and fiber, but naturally low in saturated fat. That fiber does a lot of heavy lifting. It controls blood sugar, lowers cholesterol, and feeds those beneficial gut bacteria to help regulate inflammation. Plus, they are incredibly budget-friendly. Toss them in a stew or a salad. Just a heads up though, actually, if you aren't used to eating beans, start slowly so your digestive system has some time to comfortably adjust.
For number 2, we have turmeric. But the secret to unlocking it is super simple. You need to add a pinch of black pepper. Doing that drastically improves your body's ability to absorb its active compound, curcumin. You can add it to rice, roasted veggies, or even your morning eggs. Curcumin is a widely studied natural compound famous for its anti-inflammatory, joint-supporting effects. Quick note of caution though, if you happen to be on blood-thinning medication, please make sure to chat with your doctor before taking any large supplement doses of turmeric.
So, the crucial point is right here. Drumroll please. Our number 1 anti-inflammatory food is tomatoes. That's right, tomatoes. They are rich in lycopene, which is this powerful antioxidant directly linked to heart health and reduced inflammation. And here's something that really surprised me. Cooked tomatoes, like in a homemade tomato sauce or a warm vegetable soup, actually provide even more absorbable, heart-healthy lycopene than raw ones. Just be sure to watch out for store-bought sauces that have a ton of added sugar.
All right, let's pivot to section 3, foods that fuel inflammation, what we should probably be avoiding.
Okay, so we've built up our hero toolkit, but now we've got to set some dietary boundaries and look at the common kitchen items quietly working against us. Let's walk through these together. First up, highly processed snacks like chips and pastries. They're just full of refined sugars and unhealthy fats. Next, sugary drinks like sweet tea and sodas cause these rapid blood sugar spikes that basically invite inflammation right in. Then, processed meats. Bacon, hot dogs, deli meats. These are high in sodium, preservatives, and saturated fat. Try to keep those as an occasional treat. And finally, excessive alcohol. Not only does it increase inflammation, but it totally wrecks the restorative sleep your body desperately needs to repair itself. But listen, I want to reassure you, perfection is absolutely not the goal here. It's really just about consistency and awareness.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what I mean. Healthy eating isn't about restriction. It's just about making better choices a little more often. You can literally weigh the choice, a bag of chips versus a handful of unsalted nuts. Or swapping out processed deli meat for a nice piece of grilled fish. Trading sugary snacks for fresh berries. These are just conscious, simple swaps that stop the silent damage and put you right back in the driver's seat.
Finally, section 4, your new daily habits. It's time to start small.
Let's move to this next part and see how this all builds together. We've covered the science and the foods. Now let's talk about empowering you to take these learnings straight to the grocery store. The absolute secret here is the start small philosophy. Step 1, you don't have to overhaul your whole life overnight. Just pick 1 or 2 of those anti-inflammatory foods we talked about to focus on this week. Step 2, make one simple swap, like using olive oil instead of butter. Step 3, consistency. Build on these small habits over the months. These tiny daily choices, they are going to create the absolute biggest long-term health results for you.
Look, growing older absolutely does not mean you just have to accept constant pain, stiffness, or low energy. Remember, every single meal is a brand new opportunity to nourish your joints, your muscles, your heart, and your brain. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Which anti-inflammatory food are you going to add to your plate today? If you found this explainer helpful, please share it with a friend or a family member over 60 who wants to stay vibrant and active. It's never too late to give your body the nutrition it deserves. Thank you so much for joining me. Stay healthy and stay active.